I welcome you all to today's lesson. These are the questions which I gave you to answer. Some of you answered and some of you did not do well. So we are going to revise through these questions together. We are going to see how far we are going to go with these. Let us see how far we are going to answer them. So I want to make today's lesson very simple. We are just going to revise through two topics. We are just going to go through matrices and some algebraic fractions. So these are the two things that I just want us to revise in today's lesson. So this is very simple. So I'm going to show you how you can answer this question, how you can go about this question. So this is how the question is. The question is saying, if P is equal to this matrix, which is 2, 6, 0, 1, and Q is equal to A1, 0, B, then find PQ. The first question we are taught to find PQ. Then question B, we are taught to find the value of A and B, given that PQ is equal to P minus Q, which means that what is holding this whole question is this part. Once you fail to answer this part, then everything will be difficult. In other words, you are going to fail everything. So I'm going to show you how you can go about this question, how we can answer all these questions. So this is the revision on what I gave you. Then we are going to do one or two examples. Then I upload the work in the group. So let us see how we are going to answer this question. So the first question, what are you taught to find? You are taught to find PQ. We want to find PQ. How can we find PQ there? You say, what is your P? What your P is this one. So I'm going to write it here like that is my P, which is 2, 6, 0, 1. That is my P. So there is PQ. Here there is no sign here, which means there is what? Multiplication. We are multiplying. So I put the Q here. So what is my Q? A, 1, 0, B. Like this. This is how the question is. Then you start multiplying. I told you that we start multiplying by you get a row this side, multiply it with a column this other side. This is how we'll be multiplying. So this is what you need to know and understand. So how can you go about this? You get this part. Have you seen you get this part? This is a row. Then this is a column. So you are on top, you start multiplying with the first column this other side. So you say this one will go with that one. This one will go with that one. Then you're done. The same row on top will go with this other column. So what we are doing is that you'll be saying 2 times A. So 2 times A, it is 2A. This is what I'm going to do. Then I say plus 0 times 1, it is 0. So I'm going to put a 0. I'm done with the first part. I move to the other part. The same row, then I multiply it with this column that is this other side. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to say 2 times 0. It is a what? It is a 0. Then I say plus 0 times B. It is 0. Anything multiplied by 0 is 0. Then I do this. I go down now. So even here I'll be writing down here. So I get this first what? This first column. I'll go with this first column here. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to say the first one will go with the first one. The second one will go with the second one. So I'll say 6 times A. 6A. Plus. I say plus. What is 1 times 1? It is 1. I put a 1 there. I move to this same row. I go with that column. So I'll write here. I will say 6 times 0. Then plus 1 times B. So 6 times 0. It is what? It is 0. Plus 1 times B. It is B, like this. So finally, you are going to have this matrix, which is what? What is 2a plus 0? It is 2a. What is 0 plus 0? It is 0. What is 6a plus 1? This is now where some of us were facing some challenges now. You can't add these two because these are unlike terms. So just bring it the way it is. 6a plus 1. Then 0 plus b, it is b. This is how the answer was supposed to come out. Have you seen? So this is where the mistake was. I was able to see that these people, knowledge is there. They are able to understand this. But they're just facing some challenges on one or two things. So this is what we needed to do. This is how you needed to answer this question. Just like this, you are done. So this was the way in which you needed to answer this question. So you found this is what? This is PQ. The one that you are taught to find, this is what? This is PQ. So you are done with this. You move to the other part. We move to the other part where you are taught to find now the value of A and B in this particular matrix. So what you are going to do is that I'm going to lab this part. This part will be removed. I'm going to move this part. I've answered it. So it is A and B, given that PQ is equal to P minus Q. That's how the question is. So here, what they are actually doing is that they are saying that they want you to find what? They want you to find the value of A and B. If PQ is equal to P minus Q, this is what you are given. They want you to find the value of A and B. So you ask yourself, do you have PQ? The question is yes, you have PQ. So you put PQ this side. You're going to put your PQ this side, which is 2A. Then here there is what? 6. This is how it is. It is like this. 6A plus 1. This one here. Then here I say there's 0. Then here there is B. This is what? That is what? PQ. I'm able to find PQ. Then do I have the P there? Do I have the P? Do you have the P? Yes. It is given in the question there. So you write it the way it is. 2, 6, 0, 1. You do this. You follow the sign which is here, minus. So I'm going to say minus. Then I do this. Minus what? Q. Where is the Q? The Q is there. This is the Q. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to say A, 1, 0, B. This is what I'm going to do. So this is the equation that I'm going to form. This is the equation on its own. So if someone asks, why am I saying that this is an equation? Because of that equal sign. Whenever there is an equal sign, then that is an equation. So you've got this. This is the equation that we formed. So we want to solve this equation because we want to find the value of A and B. So what you are going to do is this. This is what you are going to do. So this is what you are going to do. This is what we are going to do. So I'm going to say this one will maintain 2A, 0, 6A plus 1, then B here. This one will maintain, which is equal to. Then I work out this part. This is the part that I'm going to work out. I'm going to say, when adding or subtracting, I follow their corresponding values. So each time you are adding or subtracting, you need to follow their corresponding values. So I'm following their corresponding values, where I'm going to say 2 times A. What is 2 times A? 2 times A. It is what? 2 times A. What is 2 times A? 2 times. So times, I say this and that when you're multiplying. But there is what? Addition. Don't forget. There is addition there. But if there was multiplication like the one I did at first, I was this one, that one. This one times that one. This one times that one. But here there is addition. So each time there is addition or here there is a subtraction. So subtraction and addition, they are just the same. Just need to add or subtract the way they are. So you follow their corresponding values. We need to follow their corresponding values. This one will go with that one. This one will go with that one. Have you seen? The first one here will go with the first one. So what is 2 minus a? 2 minus a. What is the answer? This is the actual answer because these are unlike terms. You cannot add or subtract them. So just write them like this. What is 0 minus 0? It is what? It is 0. So just put a 0 like that. You move to the next one. So what is the next one? What is the next one? The next one is, we go down. What is 6 minus 1? Its corresponding value is this one. So what is 6 minus 1? It is what? It is 5. So I put a 5 there. Then I move to this one here. What is 1 minus b? Just put it like that. 1 minus b. Just like that. So this is what I'm going to form. This is what I'm going to form. This is what you need to get. So this is what we formed. This is what we formed. This is what we've just formed. So how can you go about that one? How can you go about this? How can you go about this one here? So now, don't forget your aim. Your aim is that we find the value of a and b. We want to find the value of a and b. So how can you find the value of a and b? What you are going to do is this. This is what we are going to do. This one here, if I get this one, its corresponding value is this one here. So when I say 2a is equal to 2 minus a, have you seen? Like this. Then I solve for what? I solve for a, where I'm going to group like terms here. Where I will say 2a, when this one comes inside, it is plus a, which is equal to 2, like this. So from here now, I do what? I group like terms together. I've grouped like terms together, then I just add. This is what? 3a is equal to 2. So divide by 3 both sides. So if I divide by 3 both sides, what am I going to have? Over 3 over 3. This cancelled. So my a is equal to what? 2 over 3. I've answered. This is the value of a. A is equal to what? 2 over 3. You go to this one. Even if you get this one here, where there is a, this one and that one, you still get the same what? You still get the same answer. We are still going to get the same answer. So you can get this one equates to that one. So even if a person decides to get this one, this is the value of a, you're also finding a there. So you still get the same answer, which is 2 over 3. So let me do this just to make someone understand that even if you get this one, it is what? It is 6a plus 1 is equal to what? The first one, its corresponding value is this one, which is a 5. So from there, what are you going to do? You group like terms. So this one will be 6a is equal to 5 minus 4. I mean 5 minus 1. What is 5 minus 1? Just the same as 4 there. So 4 over 6 over 6. This 6 cancelled. A is equal to 2 there, it is what? 2. 2 there, it is 3. So our answer is 2 over what? 3. Same answer. With this same one. So you still find the same answer. So we found a to be what? 2 over 3. That is the value of a that you've calculated. So you know that a is equal to 2 over 3. This is our a. I will move to b. Where there is b. Where is b? B is just here. This is where b is. So this, you say b here, it is alone, which is equal to. So its corresponding, it is this one here. Second, 1 minus b. From here, you group like terms. This b will go this other side. So you're going to have b plus b is equal to 1. So what is b plus b? Which means here it is 1. The coefficient is 1. Even there the coefficient is 1. So 1 plus 1, it is 2. So you just put 2b is equal to 1. You divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2. This cancelled. Which means that b is equal to 1 over 2. This is your what? This is your answer. So these are the values that we needed to answer. These are the values that we needed to come up with. So this is how we needed to answer this. This is how I wanted our answers to be. So we've answered this part. This is the part that most of us were facing some challenges. So let us look at one more example. Before we move to algebraic fractions, we are going to go through algebraic fractions and see how we can answer them. So let us move to the other part. Let us move to the other part. We move to the other part. I give one last example, then we are done. Okay, so I'm going to lab this whole part. I'll lab this whole part. So this is the next question. This is how it is. So it is given that a is equal to 2, 3, 4, 6. This is the question. Have you seen? This is the what? This is the question. Then you are told find a. They are told a. You are told to find a squared. B. You are told to find. These are the two questions which you are given. So how can you answer these two questions? How can we go about them? How can you answer these two questions? How can you answer these two questions? So I want to show you the easiest way in which you can go about these questions. Have you seen the way they are? These questions are very simple but tricky. So how can you answer them? How can you go about these questions? How are we going to answer them? How? In which way can you answer this? So if you check the first one, have you seen the way the first one is? The first one, you are told to find a squared. This one, I told you that a to the power negative 1, it means that is the inverse. This is the inverse which you are given. That is your inverse. That is the inverse which you are given. That is the inverse you are given. Then we've got this one here, a squared, which means the matrix A is repeating itself how many times? 2 times. So how can you go about that one? How can you answer it? How can you answer that? How can you answer that question? How can you go about that one? So let me show you the easiest way to answer these questions. So the first one, a squared. A squared meaning the same matrix A that we have, 2, 3, 4, 6. And it is also repeating itself 2 times. It is repeating itself how many times? 2 times. So the same one will come 2, 3, 4, 6. This is how it is. So how can you answer this now? How can you answer this? You start doing what? Multiplying. The same way we were multiplying, we start multiplying. Say this one with that one. This one with that one. This is how we need to go about this. So I say, this is what I'm going to say and do. I'm going to say, I'll say this is now equal to this times that. 2 times 2, it is 4. Plus 4 times 3, 12. I'm done with that part. With the same here, the same one which is here, I'll go with this one, the next one. So what is 2 times 4? It is 8. Plus, what is 4 times 6? It is 24. So I'm going to say 24 there. This is what I'm going to do. I move down here. This one, these two will go with the first one there. So what is 3 times 2? 6. I'm going to say 6. Plus, what is 6 times 3? What is 6 times 3? 6 times 3, 18. The same one here will go with that one that is there. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to, what is 3 times 4? 12. So I say 12 plus. What is 6 times 6? 36. This is what I'm going to do. Then you find the answer there. Have you seen? So I want you to participate in this. You find the answer. So can you add these? You write the answer that is there, the answer that is there, the answer that is there. These are not answers. I'm just telling you, someone can be putting these zeros. Add here. What is 4 plus 12? Put your answer there. In your book, what is this plus this? Put the answer there in your book. Put the answer in your book. Even there, add, then you find the answer. Then you do this. You are done. That is your answer. So I want you to participate in this. Add, then this is your answer. Finish it. It's very easy. Add 4 plus 12. What is the answer? Put it there. 8 plus 24. Put it there. Then you are done. So you are done with that one. That's how you need to answer it. Hope everyone is clear on this. So let's make sure we write that part in our books. Okay, so we move to the other one here. We move to this other one. So this one, I'm going to leave it here to be alone like this. This is what I'm taught to find. Have you seen? Like this. I'm going to put it like this so that everyone can understand. So it is saying A inverse. So you get the inverse of A, multiply it with this matrix, which is what? Which is matrix A. How can you do that? So what we are going to do is this. This is what you are going to do. So first thing, I need to find the inverse of this matrix. That is the first thing I need to do. I find the inverse of that matrix. So how can you find the inverse of that matrix? You say 2, 3, 4, 6, like this. First thing is to find the determinant. So what is the determinant? What is the determinant of that? What's the determinant? How can you find the determinant? So determinant is equal to, you multiply the major diagonal. In the major diagonal, this is the major diagonal. 2 times 6, that is 12. Minus here, like, what is this times that? What answer are you getting? So I say minus that. So there and there, what is the answer? What answer are we getting? We are getting a 12. Have you seen? We are getting a what? We are getting a 12. So once we are getting a 12, what is the determinant there? The determinant, what is our determinant? Our determinant is what? Our determinant is 0. So have you seen the 0 here, which is the determinant? So if the determinant is 0, which means this question has no solution. No what? No solution. So I want you to get this. So this question won't have any solution. This question has no solution. So just say no solution. You end there. Because the determinant is what? Determinant is 0, because the determinant is 0. So now, you are done with that question. Let me give another question. I give another question so that maybe if a question comes which has a solution in an exam. Let's say you are given, this is negative 3, year 4, 1, then you are given a 2 there. This is the matrix like this. This is a matrix. Then you are taught to find A inverse, then A there. Same question that I'm from doing, you are taught to find this. So what do you need to do? The first thing. What first thing are you supposed to do? The first thing that you are supposed to do now is to say, find the determinant. The determinant of this matrix. 3, negative 3, 4, 2, then 1 there. You find the what? You find the determinant. So major diagonal, this is the major diagonal. So major diagonal, negative 3 times 1, this is negative 3. I say minus. What is 4 times 2? It is 8. What is the answer there? The answer, when you add those, you get negative what? Negative 11. So this is what? This is your determinant. If this is your determinant, you find the inverse. So we are going to say A inverse is now equal to, we say 1 over the determinant. What is the determinant? The determinant is negative 11. Then you do this. Then you know that, okay, what we do is that the major diagonal, in the major diagonal, positions will change. So major diagonal 1 will be there, then negative 3 will come here. This is what will happen. Then in the minor diagonal, this is the minor diagonal. What happens to the minor diagonal? Signs will change. So the signs are going to change. We're going to have what? We're going to have negative 4 there. Here we are going to have negative 2. This is what we are going to form. So this is what I'm going to have. So now I can further simplify this so that I come up with one answer, which is the inverse. I can further simplify that. Where I start multiplying, I say what is 1 times 1? It is, so there's a negative there. So what is 1 times 1? It is 1 over 11. Then I put a negative there. Have you seen? What is 1 times negative 2? So the 11 is the denominator. The 11 will be following. So I'm going to get negative what? I'm going to get negative 2 over negative 11. Have you seen? This is what I'm going to get. So negative 2 over negative 11. You know that this negative and that negative are going to cancel out. So just the same as removing these negatives like that. I'm done with that part. I move down here. I say, okay, here what I'm going to do. What is 1 times negative 4? I'm going to get negative 4 over negative 11. Negative will be cancelled. I'm going to get what? Negative 4 over negative 11. So I know that the negatives are going to be cancelled. So just the same as 4 over 11. I move to this other one, which is here. So what is negative 3? 1. So you always get the one which is on top. Maybe you're surprised. Why am I getting this one? You always get what is on top. 1 times negative 3. Negative 3 over negative 11. Negative will be cancelled. So that is 3 over 11. So this is what? What is this? I've also included there. This is a to the power negative 1. This is A inverse. This is the A inverse. This is A inverse. So with this now, it's very simple now to answer that question. So how can you answer this question? How can we answer this question? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say, okay, this is how the question is. A inverse. Where is A inverse? This is the inverse of A. Where is the inverse of A? This is the inverse of A. So that is what? That is negative 1. That is negative 1 over 11, 2 over 11, 4 over 11, 3 over 11, like that. This is the inverse of A. I'm multiplying this with its inverse, with its original matrix. What is the original matrix? It is this one. Have you seen? It is that one. So I do this so I can love this part here so that we are able to follow nicely. So what is A? I bring A here. The A is what? Negative 3, 4, 2, 1. This is what I'm going to do. Then I start multiplying. Then I start doing what? Then multiplication starts. I start multiplying now. So I just need to start multiplying now. I multiply. This is what I'm going to do. So I've got this now. I start multiplying. So I say, what is this one? I say, what is negative 1 over 11 times negative 3 over 11? What is the answer? So this one, it is the one on top is the one that is going to multiply. So what is that one times that one? 1 times 3, it is 3. So I'm going to say 3 over 11 plus. I move to this one and that one. So 2 times 4, 8. So I say 8 over what? 8 over 11. I'm going to do this. I'm done with the first part. This same row on top will go with this other matrix there. So what is negative 1 times 2? It is negative 2. So I say negative 2 over 11. I say plus. What is 2 times 1? It is 2. 2 over the 11 will be following like this. This is how I'll be going like this. So I go down here. I go down. I say, what is 4 times negative 3? Negative 12. So I say negative 12 over 11 plus. What is 3 times 4? 12. So I say 12 over 11. I move here now. I say what is this one? Will go with that one. So I'm getting the one on top. What is 4 times 8? 4 times 2. It is 8. So I say 8 over 11 plus. This is what I'm going to do. Plus. What is the 3 times 1? It is 3. 3 over 11. This is equal to, I find the answer. So here, when you find that, you know that you are having the common denominator here. The same denominator. So the denominator is what? The denominator is repeating itself. You say 3 plus 8, 11. 11 divided by 11, it is 1. So you're going to have a 1 there. We are just having same denominator. So we are just adding the what? The numerators, the numbers on top. What is negative 2 plus 2? 0. 0 divided by 11, it is 0. You do this. What is negative 12 plus 12? 0. 0 divided by 11, it is 0. What is 8 plus 3? What is 8 plus 3? 8 plus 3, what are you going to get? What is 8 plus 3? 8 plus 3, 11. 11 divided by 11, it is 1. So this is your what? This is your answer. This is your answer here. This is the answer that we formed. This is the answer that we have formed. This is the answer that we have formed. So this is how you need to go about this. This is how you need to answer this week. So I want you to practice this. I want you to answer these questions. Let's make sure that we make this work easy and perfect. So what I mean is that, in other words, when you get a matrix, this one, when you get a matrix and multiply it with its inverse, you always get this type of a matrix. This type of a matrix is called an identity matrix. This is an identity matrix. So in certain questions, they are going to tell you that show that inverse of A multiplied by A. So this one is just the same as A multiplied by A inverse. Have you seen? This is what it means. So when you get the matrix and you multiply it by itself, so this one, the inverse of A times its original matrix of A, when you multiply them, you always get an identity matrix. An identity matrix is what you get. It is called an identity matrix. This is how you need to do it. This is how you need to get that one. So we need to understand that part very well. That's the part that we need to understand. So hope you are able to answer these questions. Hope you are able to get something from this. This is very simple. You are able to learn something from this. Let us move to the other part which I said we are going to discuss. So we try to revise through these questions. These are good questions that will open up our minds. We see how we are going to do them. We see how we are going to answer these. So I told you that it is what? Algebraic fractions. This is what we are going to start. We see how questions come under this. This is very simple. So the way questions are going to come under this, questions will be coming in this manner. So what they are going to tell you is that they are just going to say express. So express the following. I'm going to write some good questions here. Express the following as a single fraction in their lowest like this. So what is the first one? The first one is this, where you are given 3 over p minus 1 minus 2 over 1 minus p. B, you are given this one, 3 over x plus 2 over 1 minus, got 2 there, x minus 1, like this. This is what you are given. Then we've got the last one. We talk of, okay, let us start with these, then see how we are going to answer them. Let us see how we are going to answer these. So how can you express these as single matrices? How can you express such? So I'm going to show you the easy way on how to go about this. I'm going to show you the easy way on how to go about these questions. So the first one, the question is saying, express the following as single fractions in their lowest term. How can you express these as single fractions in their lowest term? So you start with the first one. We start with this one, which is here. So how can you go about that one? So I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you how we are going to go about these questions. So I'll start with the first one. So I'm always going to start with the first one. So we've got the first one here. So first you find the common denominator. You're going to do this. So in this case, these two are different. So you cannot find the common denominator here. But what are you going to do? You drop them. You say p minus 1, 1 minus p. You just drop what is down. Because these are having different numbers. It's very difficult to find one denominator where this one can go into. But you just drop them like this. The way they are, you just drop them down here. This is how you need to do it. You just drop them. You just drop these. So this one and that one just comes down. Then you say this into that. You say p minus 1 into p minus 1. This and that will be cancelled. You are going to remain with this part here. So you are going to get this and multiply it with the 3 that is there, which is what? 3. You are multiplying it with what? 1 minus p, like this. You say minus this 1 minus p into this. You discover that 1 minus p and that one will be cancelled. You are going to remain with what? You are going to remain with the p minus 1. So you are multiplying with a 2 there, 2, then p minus 1. This is what you are going to do. Now we've got this notion where we say here we cross multiply. When you bring this down, then you say 3 will go with that one. The 2 will go with that one. This is what I've just done. So when you just drop this, then this 3, you start with the 3 will go with what is down there. Then the 2 will go with what is down there. This is what I've done here. Then you say this is now denominator. You drop the denominator there. So you say p minus 1, 1 minus p. This is what you are going to do. So what is 3 times 1? It is 3. Minus, what is 3 times p? It is 3p, like that. What is negative 2 times p? Negative 2p. What is negative times negative? Positive. Positive what? 2. This is what I'm going to do. Then from here now, what is the next thing? The next thing is grouping of like terms. You group like terms together. So I'm going to continue from here. I group what? Like terms. So I've got a 3 there. Then 3, the other term is 2. These are like terms. Then I've got negative 3p minus 2p. Then I say over. Over what? P minus 1, 1 minus p. This is what I'm going to do. Then I say this is equal to what? What is 3 plus 2? It is 5. I say 5. Then what is negative? Negative you add. So negative what? If you add there, you're going to get 5 what? That is 5p. Have you seen? Then you say over. Over what? Over p minus 1. Then you say p minus 1 over 1 minus p. Like this. I would advise you just to end here. But you can further evaluate this, where you say this is just the same as, so this thing which is here, what you've written here, so what you've just written here, you can factorize this part here, where 5 is common, where you say 5, have you seen 5 is common, open bracket 1 minus p. This is what you are going to have over what? P minus 1 minus p. These two are going to be cancelled. So you're going to remain with 5 over p minus 1 as your final answer, like this. But if you know that you can face some challenges, just leave it here. Have you seen? You can just leave it here. There is no problem. There is no problem. You can just leave it there. Then you are done. So you can just leave it there. Then you are done. But if you know what you're doing, you can continue here. You continue. You do all these calculations until you find the answer there. So this is the answer for the first one. This is how you need to answer the first one. I move to that other one. So the concepts are the same. These concepts, they are just the same. Same concept, same way of answering. When you know one, then you know everything. So we are just following the same concept of answering these questions. Just the same concept. I'm just following the same concept of answering this. I'm following the same concept. So how can I answer this? Find the common denominator. The common denominator there, it is just x. Then in the brackets, I'm going to put x minus 1. So if you want, you can put this. There is no problem. You can put this so that you try to understand what is being said. So you do this. Then you start now. What is this into this whole thing here? X and x will be cancelled. You're going to remain with this part, x minus 1. The x minus 1 times the 3 there. So 3 times x minus 1. This is what you're going to do. Then this into that. What are you going to have? This into the whole thing here. You discover that this and that will be cancelled. You are going to have x. So plus 2 times what? Times the x. 3 times x. So I'm going to say this. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 1, negative 3. Plus 2x. Have you seen? Over. Over what? I've got x, then x minus 1. This is what I'm going to have. So this is what I'm forming. This is what I'm having there. This is what I need to do. So I'm going to continue from here. This is where I'm going to continue from. So what is the answer there? 3, these are like terms. So 3 plus 2, 5. So 5x. So I'm going to say 5 what? 5x minus 3 over x, like this. Then x minus 1. I do that. So that is my what? That is my answer. That's how I need to answer that one. That's how I need to work out that one. So this is how we need to answer this. Let us make sure that we know and get used to this way of answering questions. This is how we need to do them. This is how we need to be answering the questions. So let's make sure that we know these, we understand them clearly, we know how to go about them. So this is where we are going to end today. Let me give you an exercise now. So let me give you an exercise which you are going to answer. So let's check in the group. I've uploaded the exercise. So let's answer that exercise. I see how we are improving. I see how we are getting ready for the exams which are just near. So let's make sure that we do the work we submit everything. Thank you so much.